What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Steph, growing in zone 6B. If you are here for the first time, welcome for the first time. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So, guess what, y'all? I am going to give y'all an update on some seedlings that I planted, tell y'all what I'm planting, and talk about some of the plans I have for the 2026 garden season. So let's get into it. First of all, you see my hand is already dirty. So I've been digging in the dirt, pre-moistening soil over here, and just checking on my seedlings, which I will show you my setup in a minute. So I planted some Elsa Craig onions on January the 12th. Today is the 22nd or 23rd, I believe, and nothing has come up. So after like 10 days with onions, I go ahead and replant. In general, for the onions that I did plant, I got low germination. And usually, from what I understand, with onions, the onion seeds don't last as long as some other seeds. So you could get low germination if your seeds are a couple years old. I believe mine are, and I got spotty germination. This right here is the red ruby. As you can see, nothing. So what I'm going to do first of all is replant. And I put my hand in here. I dug it around because I'll be trying to see, y'all. I'll be trying to see what's going on. And if it ain't nothing happening, don't waste your time. Go ahead and replant and get it moving, because what'll happen is you'll be waiting 20 days for something to germinate, and then it doesn't germinate, and now you out of luck. And so, I wait a couple weeks, unless it's something that says, could take 20 days, could take 30 days. But I know from experience, onions don't typically take that long. So, what am I doing? So, I was out and about. I live in Ohio, and in Ohio we have this place called Mark's. Mark's is like a discount store, and they sell all kinds of things, anything from groceries to like closeouts. I don't know where they get them from. I don't really care, but at any rate, I bought some seeds. Now, I will say I have been very proud of myself this season when it comes to the seeds, because I have not gone overboard with seeds. I have not bought like a ton of seeds that just don't make no sense. I thinned out a lot of seeds. I'm going to do some germination tests when I get a chance, but I just have not gotten around to it yet. It is almost February though. And so for January, I typically focus on perennials. And so a lot of my herbs that take a long time to grow. And then I focus on onions and celery and Brussels sprouts. So what do I got? So I bought some new onions. These are long day onions. I bought them from Mark's. These seed packets were a little more expensive than what I would normally get from like Dollar Tree, which my understanding, I haven't been in there, but my understanding is that it's 2 packs now for $1.50 instead of 4 packs for $1.25. At any rate, that's still cheap, because if you can see, this was $3.49 retail value. I think I paid with the Mark's discount. I think I paid like maybe $2 for it. It was a discount, but I bought some sweet onions, some sweet Spanish yellow onions, some more ruby reds, and I bought some red Weatherfords. So I'm going to sow these today, and I just, sow them in the containers and, make it do what it do. So I'm going to do that real quick. So, and these should be fine for germination. And I'm looking because I don't want to rip off rip off my instructions and rip off my um, label on the front. So, this is it up. Okay, now I went ahead and restarted some onions, and so there's that. Now I have rosemary growing outside, but rosemary sometimes survives in Ohio and sometimes it doesn't. So, and I use rosemary to make my rosemary hair and face oils. And so, since I don't know whether my rosemary survived or not, I'm gonna go ahead and start some rosemary. It is 85 days to harvest, but rosemary is fine under a grow light in the house if I started early. So I'm gonna go ahead and start some rosemary. Okay, so I started some rosemary. Um, Rosemary, I notice if it gets down to like 20 degrees or even like maybe 15 degrees, my rosemary in the ground, if it's in the ground, will survive. Now, if it gets below that, typically my rosemary will die off. So I'm starting some rosemary just in case. Um, I, I checked my rosemary a few weeks ago outside and it was actually still alive. Brown, but still alive. And so, since I don't know whether it'll survive or not, I went ahead and started some rosemary. And then the last thing that I'm going to start is my celery. I also still have celery outside. Celery is very cold hardy, but I don't know if it survived or not, and so I don't have time to play with it. The things that I'm starting this season for 2026 are things that I know that I use regularly. Stuff that I know I got to cook with, stuff that I know I need: onions, potatoes, rosemary, celery, I use that stuff on a regular basis. And so since I know that, those are the crops that I'm going to make a priority. Let me see. Hang on one second, y'all. I got to get my other pot. Okay. And I'll say last year, my celery germinated in abundance, and I had like 1 million celery seedlings. So I'm not going to do that this year. Had to see if I had to cover it or not. I couldn't remember with rosemary if I needed to cover it. So this year, I don't need that many plants. I just need some, you know. So okay. So that's what I started. Now I'm gonna switch over to my grow light station and show you all what I have started already, what came up, what didn't, just give you guys some updates, and then that will be the end of this video. Okay, so this is my grow light station. I have a light that I hung from the ceiling right there. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves, and that's good enough for my little old space. And so I started already some holy basil. You don't need to right now, but I figure it ain't gonna hurt nothing because holy basil will survive in the house, and I like to clip the leaves for tea. I have some roselle that I started, and as you can see, it has already come up. 2 little roselles, they on their way, right there and right there. In the back here are my geraniums, and so they have started to come up. I don't know if y'all can see this, but that's white sage. Back there is shooting star, shooting star, I don't remember. Let me look. Daisies. That's what it is. So that's my shooting star daisies, which really I shouldn't have took that out like that. So that's my shooting star daisies. More geraniums here because I use geraniums to do flower baskets, and I really don't like that I only have 4. I normally like to have more, so I might start some more geraniums. And then back here is, I don't know what this is. Oh, valerian, which I never get none of, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong with that. Just for fun, I did a honey mango, and if I move this over, you all will be able to see what the larger tree looks like. So this is what that larger mango tree looks like. It's got 2 little leaves on it right there. It's my honey mango, and you know it may not grow in Ohio. I mean, I may not get no fruit in Ohio, but guess what, y'all? It's fun to do, so I'm doing it anyway. I bought these mangoes from the grocery store. It may not even get, if I do get fruit, it may not even be true, but you know, I don't care. I wanted to do it, so I did. My honey mangoes. Also, in this pot back here, you can't see it, but let's see if I can go this way. Y'all see that? That's dragon fruit seedlings. That may not grow either, but the plant is pretty, and so I did it anyway. I have one Brussels sprout. See, I started on January 10th. I only got 1 little Brussels sprout. So, the only plant I got. I may purchase some Brussels sprouts. I might have some more seeds. I'm not sure. I gotta look. And then these are the few little onions. See how this germination is spotty? These are some Walla Walla onions. But I started these on January the 10th, and the germination is very spotty. And the same with this. This is Walla Walla, spotty germination. But what I might do is go ahead and sow some more in here just to see if I can get some more seeds to come up out of the old packets. And then I got pansies up here. They haven't done anything yet, from January the 17th. And this is my other little mango tree, but it ain't did nothing. But it does have a root on the bottom. And don't worry about my little spider plant. And, you know, my hanging flower right here that I started. Now, what's fun is, look at my pineapple plants. They are thriving. So I started these from pineapple tops. And they have not died out in the wintertime. And when I get my greenhouse, that's where these tropical plants will live. And then that's my mango. I mean, this is my Meyer lemon tree. So that's it, you guys. Those are the things that I started so far in January. In February, I am starting my brassicas, and so I will talk to you guys about that come February. But if you haven't planted some of your stuff, the onions is getting a little late, so you probably need to hurry up and get on that. Like I said, I'm in Ohio. Some of the stores have their seeds out already, and so get them seeds, y'all. Get them seeds, plant from seed if you can. My grow light station, those are just regular shop lights that I got from Home Depot. And so, yeah, you know, that's how it go. At any rate, let me know what you started down below in the comments, and I will see you guys on the next video. Y'all take care and bye for now.